is day 21, you guys. I think it's day 21. It might be day 20. I don't know. But for today's vlogmas video, we are having a book sleepover. You guys have been requesting another book sleepover video from me for a while now. So today I'll be delivering, and I'm super excited because for today's book sleepover, can you guys guess what I'm reading? Well, you already probably know from the title of this video, so I guess it really isn't a guess. I'm finally reading Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I have been procrastinating reading this book all year. Haven't gotten around to reading it. Honestly, I feel like this book is going to break my heart, which is why I haven't really started it. I'm kind of scared, and so many of you guys have hyped up this book that I'm scared that it's not going to live up to my expectations. I think this book is dual POV, and it follows Archer and Bree. The synopsis goes, I wanted to lose myself in the small town of Maine, to forget everything I had left behind. The sound of rain, the blood, the coldness of a gun against my skin. For 6 months, each breath has been a reminder that I survived and my dad didn't. I'm almost safe again, but the moment I meet Archer Hale, my entire world tilts on its axis and never rights itself again. Until I trespass into a strange, silent, and isolated world, Archer communicates with no one. There's so much more to him than just his beauty, his presence, or the ways his hands communicate with me. But this town is mirrored in secrets and betrayals, and Archer is the explosive center of it all. A gorgeous tale of survival and the healing power of love. From what you guys have told me, Archer is the quiet one in this book. He's like the more laid back, the more, I guess, introverted, if you will. And then the female character is more of the alpha, outspoken, outgoing one in the relationship, which normally in romance novels, it's the complete opposite. Like the male is more outspoken and the female is a little bit more shy or less outspoken, if you will. So I'm interested to see their dynamic together, and so many of you guys have said that you absolutely love Archer and he's like the best book boyfriend of all time. We shall see. I'm just going by what you guys have told me, and one of you guys commented that if I didn't read this book before the end of the year that you would riot. So here I am reading this book a week before 2022 ends. Better late than ever, right? The plan for today's book sleepover is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You and I are just going to have a sleepover together where we read Archer's Voice. I'm going to cook dinner, bake some cookies, and maybe make some hot chocolate if I'm not feeling too lazy, and just have a cozy night in together reading this book. So get cozy, get your own copy of Archer's Voice, or grab another book that you have been procrastinating to read, and let's hang out. Chapter 1. So it seems like we're going to be jumping through different timelines, like going from the past to the present, because the first chapter actually starts off with 7-year-old Archie. Why do I keep trying to call him Archie? With 7-year-old Archer. From the first chapter alone, I'm getting the gist that his father was abusive towards his mother, like physically abusive towards his mother, and Archer is a pretty quiet boy who just wants to protect his mom and for his mom to be okay. That's what I've gathered from the first chapter, which already my heart is being tugged, but I didn't know that we were going to be jumping timelines in this book. But let's keep on reading to find out what happens. So I'm reading the book, and there's this character named Travis who happens to be Archer's cousin. By the way, if it sounds like I have a lisp, it's because I have my aligners in, my Invisalign aligners, so I might sound funny talking, just ignore that. But there's this character who's Archer's cousin named Travis, and Travis is just giving me like the weirdest, creepiest vibe. He comes across so arrogant, and there's nothing wrong with being confident. Like, you should be confident in who you are, but when you're overly confident to the point where you're arrogant and you think you can land any female or anyone, it just comes across as gross to me. Back off, stay far away from me. And I'm kind of annoyed with Bree because she's actually going on a date with Travis, and I'm like, why go on a date with him? And I feel like deep down she knows he's creepy, or at least deep down she gets like a creepy vibe from him, but she's going on a date with him, and that really annoys me. I'm kind of upset about that. But I still haven't gotten Archer's present point of view. view, but I've seen little glimpses of his past, and past is told from his point of view. But other than that, I've just been getting Bree's point of view in the present time, which isn't bad. I'm just curious to find out what Archer thinks about Bree, because they've already met, they spent some time together. He's still a little hesitant, like he doesn't really want to open up to her, which is totally understandable, but they feel this pull towards one another, which I think is super cute, and their interactions are just so adorable. Their interactions makes my heart melt. But yeah, aside from Travis and his character, I'm really enjoying the book. It's a little bit later now, and I just got to page 109, chapter 14 in Archer's voice, and I finally got a chapter with Archer's point of view in the present, and I'm in love with Archer. He's so sweet. I can tell that he's been through a lot and has a lot of grief and guilt that he hasn't really processed, and so does Bree. So I can see why they gravitate towards one another. With that being said, I am starving, so I need to make dinner. I think I'm going to make chicken Alfredo. I found this recipe online. I've made Alfredo before, but I've never made chicken Alfredo. I'm not really in the mood to eat chicken, if I'm being honest, because it kind of grosses me out, but I'm adding it for my husband. So going to start cooking and then continue on reading. Just finished making my chicken Alfredo, have my little water, going to continue reading while I eat dinner. I'm so full right now and I'm so sleepy. It's the thing with pasta that it can sometimes be too heavy. I always feel so sleepy after eating pasta, but going to lay on my couch once again, digest, read, and then somehow come up with the energy to clean up the kitchen and shower. I'm like ready to take off my makeup, get cozy, and relax. I'm going to make these tonight for the first time. I saw these at the grocery store this morning, and honestly I decided to pick it up since it has clean ingredients. It seems pretty straightforward. Hopefully it's good. We shall see. Actually aren't that bad. They're actually pretty good. They do taste healthy, but in a good way, and they still taste like a chocolate chip cookie, so I'm not mad at this. I was going to make hot chocolate, but honestly I'm in the mood for some tea, so I'm going to make this little tea bag instead. A little turmeric situation. This is caffeine free, so it's like perfect before bed. Going to have a little chocolate treat with my tea. Today is Vlogmas day 21. I think I know which one this is. I love when they come pre-wrapped. This is a chocolate of the day for today. Turns out I was right about Travis. He thinks that everyone should bow down to him, including Bree and Archer, and the things that he has been doing throughout the book to try to separate Archer and Bree and to try to get in between them is so disgusting. I don't like him at all, and his mother is even worse. They're experts at twisting facts and stories to fit their narrative. They're expert manipulators, and I just cannot wait till the end of the book when hopefully they both get what they deserve, because wow, those two are some shitty people. at the end of the day, I feel bad for Travis because that's all he's known his entire life. Like, his mom is such a shitty person, and imagine being raised by a shitty person and not knowing any better. Like, I can't even fully blame Travis for being the way that he is because the only example he's had has been his manipulative mother. I hope that she gets what she deserves at the end of this book. If there's no justice at the end of this book, I'm going to be so upset. I just got to chapter 29. I have about 50 pages or so left in the book. I finally know what happened to Archer all those years ago when he was only a kid. And it's so sad how the mistakes of adults can negatively impact a child's life, even if they don't mean it. And I feel so bad for Archer. Like, he didn't deserve everything that happened to him, and I completely understand why he is the way he is now. It just breaks my heart. Like, I feel so bad for him. So many people let him down. His parents, his family, the whole town let him down. And I think that's why Bree is such a breath of fresh air for him, because she's the only one that has given him a chance and that hasn't treated him differently. I can totally see why they gravitate towards one another. With that being said, I think I'm going to call it a night here because I am so sleepy. So I'll see you guys in the morning and we'll finish the rest of the book together. Good night. Good morning, you guys. I feel like I haven't even talked to you at all this morning. I read in bed for a few and then I went downstairs to grab some coffee. I need to spit out this gum. Hold on. Hello. You're the cutest little cat I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, just got a much needed cup of coffee. And I have about 50 pages left in Archer's voice, so I'm going to drink my coffee and finish up the book. Once I'm done reading, I'll share my final review with you guys. Chapter 33. If you know, you know. So freaking sad. Why do people like that exist in the world? I truly will never understand. Yeah. I'm still in the same spot, you guys, but I just read the original epilogue and my heart, that ending is beyond sweet. It is so cute and so fitting for the story. But I did purchase the book with the extended epilogue, so I guess there's like a bonus chapter, if you will. So I'm going to read that one now, and then once I finish reading it, I'll share my final review. This may be the sweetest book I've read in such a long time. Like, the whole book just oozes sweetness because of Archer. I absolutely love Archer. Honestly, this was such a beautiful love story that dealt with so many different things. It dealt with grief, moving on, not only learning how to trust others again, but learning to trust yourself. And I feel like the overall message in this book is very powerful. You can't really depend on someone to fix you. Like, you have to do the work yourself if you want to get better and if you want to change your life. Like, you have to do the work yourself. You can't expect someone to come in and fix you entirely. They might help you heal, but they're not going to fix you entirely. And I love that message of the book. Absolutely loved Archer. You guys are right. He's the most sweetest book boyfriend of all time. The way he was there for Bree, even when he himself was struggling, just broke my heart. Like, he was just perfect. 10 out of 10 again. I loved Bree as well. Sometimes I find female characters in romance books kind of annoying, but I absolutely loved Bree in this. She was so understanding. understanding. She knew exactly what Archer needed when he needed it, and she knew when to give him space and when to allow him to talk about his own feelings and be upfront with her in his own time instead of trying to force him to tell her his life story right away. She was so patient, so understanding, absolutely loved them together, loved their love story. And you guys know how much I hated Travis. Like, I did not like him at all, but even towards the end he kind of redeemed himself. I mean, I'm still side-eyeing him like hardcore. Don't know if I 100% like him, but he definitely redeemed himself towards the end of the book. Overall, you guys, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Absolutely enjoyed reading it. I definitely would recommend for you guys to check out Archer's Voice if you haven't read it yet. Thank you to everyone who pushed me to read this before the year was over. I enjoyed it so much, and I'm definitely going to pick up more books by Mia Sheridan in 2023, which I can't wait. She does have more books, right? I think she does. I think she has 2 more books, but I'm definitely going to pick them up and check them out. I really enjoyed her writing in this, so definitely check out Archer's Voice because 4 out of 5 stars, and I loved it. I loved Archer. He's definitely top 5 of my favorite book boyfriends now. With that being said, I'm going to end off the book Sleepover here. I really hope you guys enjoy spending time with me. Vlogmas is almost over. I have a couple more videos that will be up within the next few days, so definitely stay tuned. Definitely subscribe for more reading and book related content as well as lifestyle content, and that is pretty much it for today's video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you a part of my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.